What's happening? Today we're actually going to be looking at another product made for drawing that we're testing out to see how it works and if we like it. If you're interested in gadgets, stick around. We're going to be looking at one for drawing that might be very helpful for you. If you're new here, my name is Paige. I'm the Chief Pixel Pusher and Paint Brusher over at Gumption. And on this channel, I do a lot of free classes and we look at different products and we just have fun with art in general. Today is a little bit different, and this is another product review of sorts. We're going to be testing out a drawing tool that I found on Amazon. Let's take a look at it really quickly. This is the drawing tool, and we're going to look at how it works. I'm going to test it out. I have a very specific purpose for this, and I'm interested to see if I like it. Now, this is the knockoff version. So Etchr has their own version of this, and I think it actually works with a larger piece of plastic or glass here. Theirs is called the Etchr Mirror. Now, this is a $11 knockoff that I found on Amazon. I thought this might be really great for my students who are doing watercolor classes with me when you have to draw out the images that we're going to paint. Maybe you can just use this with the tools that I give you. I often provide a trace image where people can sketch that out while they're learning to paint. And what you do is you use your phone or your iPad to transfer the image to your piece of paper. So oftentimes I'll print out a piece of paper, I'll use transfer paper, or I'll just take my pencil lead and put it on the back of the page and then trace it and transfer it to my watercolor paper. This way you skip a step and you take the image directly from what I send you, you use the image, you transfer it to the paper, and it's not messy. I really just wanted to try this. I had my nephew in mind kind of for this, and so I thought we'd test it out for $11. I felt like I couldn't go wrong, and it might actually be very helpful when I am prepping for my classes. So follow along and let's see if this thing really works. You can see this comes, you can take this apart and make it very compact. You put your plastic here, and then you can use your phone to transfer an image. So I'll bring up a photo here. So you can see here's my image that I want to trace. And then if you look through here, you in theory can transfer this image to this paper. Now we have a little too much light here, and one recommendation I would make is to turn your brightness all the way up for this in order to make this work. Now we're not going to use the phone for this transfer, but I'm just showing you how that might work. So you can see, if you look through this way, you can see the square here on the piece of paper, and this is where we can look through here and trace and transfer down to here. We're going to use the iPad mini, and I'm going to kill the lights, and we are going to use the iPad mini to make this happen. So stay tuned. So we'll get our image here. Now, like I said earlier, I think the Etchr Mirror is probably a little higher quality and maybe allows you to have a larger screen that you can use. So you look through one screen, and I'm going to try to move quickly so I don't lose the lighting here. So I'm looking through this screen here, but you can always check your drawing on this side to see how it's doing. And I'm just trying to move quickly. So I do a lot of digital art and I sketch on the iPad. now. I don't really sketch on paper much. And to be able to transfer art this way is pretty cool because it really seems to work pretty well. And you don't have to waste any paper to make it happen. And if you've seen my Rocketbook video, cutting down on the paper that I have floating around here doesn't hurt. So it doesn't mean that you're necessarily tracing something, but you could, I suppose, you could do a picture of a bird or something and put it up there and trace it. It is a little interesting to kind of see the double lines here just a little bit, but the cool thing is you can go back and fix things if you need to. It feels a little 3D. And where your paper lifts up, it feels a little disjointed. All right, so let's take a look here. I'm going to turn the light back on so we can see how this turned out. It is the moment of truth here. And voila! Isn't that the coolest thing ever? So then you can look at your image that you drew and see what you might need to adjust here. Maybe I skipped some lines or need to adjust some lines, but look at how seamlessly easy that is. Pretty neat and perfect for days that I have a tutorial where I truly just need to take my drawing and transfer it over and make things happen. Okay, so one thing you should note, this is what the package looked like that this came in. I can include a link in the description below, but as you can see, this is all it came with. And I didn't realize that there are actually instructions on the back. They're just very small in English. And so it kind of tells you, it says that the half mirror has a positive and negative sides, and that the projection effect is different on each different side. So I didn't know that. So that's really cool, and I will have to check that out. But this kind of gives you an illustration of what it's supposed to look like and how it works. So if you think you need one of these two, you can either check out the more expensive Etchr, or you can check out this guy and see if you use it. So I think this is a great tool for folks who want to draw or are painting a little bit, taking their drawings from digital to paper. It's a perfect tool. Yeah. If you decide to check this out, let me know how you like it. If you have an Etchr Mirror and you really love it, let us know. The Etchr Mirror, it retails for about $50, and this cheap knockoff was about $11. And so I don't know if I will be getting the Etchr Mirror, but I definitely can see now how it works and how it might work for me. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up or follow my content if you want to see more from me. And happy painting, happy drawing. I will see you next time.